Hello, Namaste. This is 𝐁𝐞𝐰𝐚 here once again, and welcome back to my channel, 𝐁𝐞𝐰𝐚 Stock Analyst. Indian stock market continuing to rise, defying all the logic, valuation parameters, growth parameters, and the economic parameters. So, what is the reason, or is there anything more than it meets the eye? Basically, this is a theory. I don't know. I mean, it's true or it is my theory. My theory tells that there is more than it meets the eye. It's not just simply it's rising because of its superlative growth compared to the world. That is one aspect. But still, everything extreme also has a limit of extremity. There is always some parameters are there. Before 10 years before, China was rising at a rapid pace, even massive pace growth rate compared to India. 10% plus growth rate for a decade continuously. That's how the China's growth, or what is China today. But you look at this, that time the stock market of China, and look at the, other stock market. Did it rise like crazy, like this way, at crazy valuation? See, again, when we are talking about that it's rising crazy means we are talking about valuation parameters. So is there anything more than it meets the eye? Yes, it is, as per my theory. This FIIs, it's called pumping and dumping operation is happening in the Indian stock market. So just give you a little background about valuation is that if you look at the current Nifty 50 index, it's 20,000 it has reached, right? It is at price to earnings on a 12-month trailing basis, price to earning ratio of almost 23 times price to earning it is trading at 20,000. And at book value it is trading at more than 4.5 times price to book value. Is it sustainable? Is it really so some kind of a great valuation or great growth story which commands this kind of valuation? I don't think so. Yes, compared to the other part of the world, or say full world, where the economy is going through a turbulent time, where the full world, Europe is down actually, USA is not so bad, but it's also can be into a downturn. China is in really bad shape economically. So what else? So India is the fastest growing economy. So at 6.8 or 7% maximum growth. But does that allow that it should command this kind of valuation? I don't think so. Because even when China was trading at, China was growing at 10% plus growth rate for the continuously for decade, it didn't command this kind of valuation. I believe there is a conspiracy behind this stock market. There is some kind of a pumping and dumping operation happening before election. So what is that? This FIIs, if you look at the figure of FII till 7 months, from January to July 2023, these first 7 months of this year, they have almost pumped in or invested inflows of FII inflows into Indian stock market is $15 billion approximately. And in last 1.5 months, little bit of that inflows have little bit slowed down, but $15 billion in first 7 months. In 2022, there was a withdrawal of almost like $18 billion. So almost all the money which was withdrawn, it has come back to India. And that is why in 2022, the market was flat or, kind of a negative territory in Indian stock market. And now suddenly, so much crazily, nobody is talking about valuation. But at the end of the day, it will come. Whenever people say this time it's different, it is never so. It is more the same. Okay, history repeats itself. So collapse or correction will definitely happen also. It cannot continue to go on, and market pumping cannot go on. So what is happening is that just before election, next year we have election, 2024, general election. And before that, this is all set up by some kind of this is my theory. I may be right, I may be wrong, I don't know. But I see a pattern of this pumping happening by the foreign institutional investors, because we don't know exactly which is the foreign institute which is putting so much of money, because it comes from the different FIIs, right? But if you can try to find out, Indian government or some people may have all the resources to find out uh, which is investing how much money into India, and what kind of, and you look at their background, you will see that this is a classic pumping happening, so that by December or by January, maybe you will see the sudden withdrawal of all the money. So till that time they will keep on pumping, and market will keep on going up crazily. And that is why, to attract all the small investors, like middle class in India, retail investors, what you call. When they see market going, everybody becomes excited and everybody wants to put money. So everybody, or most of the people, will be coming at very high valuation, unsustainable valuation, because it attracts. When market keeps on going, everybody, yes, I want to put money also. And so unknown and the people who cannot understand this intricacies of the market, all money they will put it, and then classic operation just before election, dumping, when the market may crash, suppose by 10-15% over a small period of time, and people will lose money, so that big headlines can come that $2 billion market has crashed and $3 billion investors' money has been washed out. And that is where the small investors, small and medium investors may suffer, retail investors, and that may create a very negative optics for the government of the existing Indian government, which is going to go for the election. So just before election, this dumping theory may also happen, means dumping operation. So now it is pumping operation, where pumping of money is happening, and that time it may crash, so that government looks very bad. He said, see, people lost money. So that kind of headlines in India, for election, all this kind of sensational headlines can come and keep on. Then that kind of breaking story, that market reacted, corrected by another 5 points and another 5%, 10%, 15%, if that may happen. So one has to be very careful about. That is why this special video I wanted to. This is my kind of a theory. I don't know. I mean, it's just a theory maybe, but I see a pattern into this operation. That's why I wanted to warn that this is a pumping and dumping happening. So warn investors to be very careful about investing right now into the Indian stock market. If you like this video, you please put a like and share it with the maximum friends. And I have a Telegram channel also, 𝐦𝐻𝐿 Stock Analyst. You can join that also for updates on which I cannot make video every time. And for investment consultancy on chargeable paid basis, you can write to me. My email details are in the description box down below, or also you can write on my site www.stillanalyst.com. That's it from my side. Ciao from Neeraj from Moscow.